Part 5. Shadows of Betrayal. The theft of the Nova bomb cast a long shadow over the human colonies, fracturing the fragile unity that Sarah and Michael had worked so hard to forge. As the Galactic Council reeled from the loss of their most potent deterrent, the two scientists found themselves at the center of a storm, fighting to contain the fallout and stave off the burgeoning chaos. "We cannot let this break us," Sarah proclaimed to the anxious members of the council, her voice carrying a steadiness born of determination. "The Nova bomb is powerful, but it is not the sum total of our strength. We stand united, not just against external threats, but also against those who would betray us from within." Michael, his gaze sweeping the room, added, "Dr. Venn may have stolen the bomb, but she cannot access its full potential without the knowledge we possess. We still hold the key, and with it, we can deny our enemies victory." Their words steadied the council, and preparations were made to face the looming threat. Human warships were mobilized, defensive measures tightened, and a network of spies and informants was activated, all focused on tracking down Dr. Venn and recovering the ancient weapon. As Sarah and Michael led the efforts to recover the Nova bomb, reports of Krell activity in the outer sectors began to trickle in. The alien race, thought to have been decimated in their previous encounter, had been quietly rebuilding their forces. "The Krell are making their move," Sarah reported grimly to the council. "They're taking advantage of the chaos caused by the theft. We're facing threats from multiple fronts now," Michael nodded, his face etched with concern. "We need to split our focus. While we continue the search for Dr. Venn and the Nova bomb, we must also shore up our defenses against a potential Krell incursion." Meanwhile, in the shadows of the galaxy, the remnants of the conspirators who had once sought to harness the Nova bomb's power were stirring. Akaric, once thought dead in the explosion that destroyed their replicated bomb, had survived, albeit barely. His body, broken and scarred, had been salvaged by loyalists and subjected to extensive cybernetic reconstruction. Now, more machine than man, Akaric's ambition burned hotter than ever. "The humans believe us destroyed," he rasped to his remaining followers. "Their complacency will be their undoing. We will align ourselves with Dr. Venn and her cosmic consortium. Together, we shall seize the Nova bomb and reshape the galaxy in our image.as." These various factions maneuvered for advantage. Sarah and Michael found themselves racing against time. They knew that every moment the Nova bomb remained in enemy hands increased the risk of catastrophic consequences. Their investigation led them to a remote outpost on the fringes of known space. As they approached in a stealth vessel, they detected energy signatures consistent with Nova bomb technology. "This has to be it," Sarah whispered, her heart racing with anticipation. But as they prepared to dock, alarms blared. They had been detected, and the outpost's defenses came to life. "It's a trap," Michael shouted as energy beams lanced out from concealed weapon emplacements. Their ship rocked under the barrage, systems failing as they desperately sought a way to escape. As the vessel began to break apart around them, Sarah and Michael exchanged a look of grim determination. They had come too far to fail now. With a desperate maneuver, they managed to crash-land their crippled ship into the outpost's docking bay. As they stumbled from the wreckage, weapons drawn, they found themselves surrounded by armed guards led by none other than Dr. Clara Venn herself. "Sarah, Michael," Clara said, her voice tinged with a mixture of respect and regret. "I had hoped to avoid this confrontation. But now that you're here, perhaps it's time we had a long overdue conversation about the true nature of the Nova bomb and the fate of our species." The standoff between Sarah, Michael, and Dr. Clara Venn crackled with tension. Behind Clara, the stolen Nova bomb pulsed with an otherworldly energy, its power barely contained. "You don't understand what you've done, Clara," Sarah said, her voice tight with controlled anger. "The Nova bomb isn't just a weapon. It's a linchpin in the galactic balance of power. Clara's eyes flashed with conviction. That's precisely why it can't remain in human hands. We're not ready for this responsibility. Before the confrontation could escalate further, alarms blared throughout the facility. A technician rushed in, his face pale with fear. Multiple fleets dropping out of hyperspace. It's the Krell, and they're not alone. The view screens flickered to life, showing a terrifying sight. The Krell armada, rebuilt and more formidable than ever, filled the sky. Alongside them were ships of various designs, the remnants of Acaric's conspirators, now allied with the alien invaders. Michael's eyes widened in disbelief. Impossible. Acaric survived? As if in answer, a transmission cut through the chaos. Acaric's face, now a grotesque fusion of flesh and machine, filled the screen. Dr. Jensen, Dr. Donovan, how kind of you to deliver yourselves and the Nova bomb to us. The Krell have promised me rulership of the human colonies in exchange for the weapon. A fair trade, wouldn't you agree? The situation had escalated beyond their worst nightmares. Sarah, Michael, and Clara found themselves trapped between the Krell invasion force and the awesome power of the Nova bomb. We don't have a choice, Sarah said, turning to Clara. We need to work together. The Nova bomb is our only hope against this invasion. Clara hesitated, the weight of the decision evident in her eyes. Finally, she nodded. You're right. But using it comes with a terrible price. Double quotes. As the Krell fleet began their assault on the outpost, Sarah, Michael, and Clara raced against time to unlock the Nova bomb's full potential. Their combined knowledge and skills proved to be the key, as layers of alien encryption fell away before them. Outside, the battle raged. Human reinforcements had arrived, but even their combined might was being pushed to the brink by the Krell conspirator alliance. In a desperate gambit, Sarah and Michael devised a plan. They would use the Nova bomb not as a weapon of indiscriminate destruction, but as a precision tool to cripple the Krell fleet's command structure. As Acaric's forces breached the outpost's defenses, Sarah, Michael, and Clara made their final preparations. The Nova bomb hummed with power, its energy building to a crescendo. Now, Sarah shouted, and Michael activated the device. A focused beam of energy lanced out, cutting through space with surgical precision. It struck the Krell flagship, instantly vaporizing it and creating a chain reaction that disabled the alien fleet's command and control systems. In the ensuing chaos, the human forces rallied, turning the tide of battle. Acaric and his conspirators, their alliance with the Krell in tatters, were forced to retreat. In the aftermath of the battle, as the Galactic Council convened to assess the situation, Sarah, Michael, and Clara stood united before them. The Nova bomb is more than a weapon, Sarah explained. It's a tool of unimaginable power, capable of shaping the very fabric of space and time. And with great power comes great responsibility, Michael finished. We propose a new path forward. A joint custodianship of the Nova bomb, not just by humans, but by a coalition of species dedicated to preserving peace in the galaxy. Clara nodded in agreement. The Cosmic Consortium was wrong to think humanity wasn't ready. But we were right to recognize that this power shouldn't be wielded by any one species alone. The Council deliberated, and in the end, a new era of cooperation was born. The Nova bomb would be guarded by an interstellar alliance, with Sarah, Michael, and Clara at its head, ensuring that its power would never again be misused. As they looked out at the stars, the three scientists knew that their journey was far from over. The Krell and the conspirators might be defeated, but new challenges would always arise. Yet they faced the future with hope, knowing that unity and understanding were the true keys to navigating the cosmic struggles that lay ahead. The ancient weapon had brought them to the brink of destruction, but in doing so, It had forged a path to a brighter, more cooperative future for all sentient beings in the galaxy.